So we just showed his appearance in 2015, and here he is back on the Rich Eisen Show. Showtime's Black Monday. New episodes air Sunday nights, Showtime at 10 Eastern Time with Paul Scheer. How are you, Paul?
Rich, I'm good. I'm very good. It's very disconcerting to hear and see yourself before you come on. If there's something to put me in my head, that would be it. And now I feel like I have to, I really got to step it up here.
No, Paul, your appearance in 2015 wasn't that great, so don't worry about it. There's no. Is that better? Is that better?
For 6 years.
Is that better? Oh man! Yeah. All right. So before we get into Black Monday and then again your pod and everything else that you're doing, this was a successful Clippers season, right? I mean, this was a terrific Clippers season, was it not?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, look. I'm very, very happy. Overall, I think being a Clippers fan is a lot of disappointment. I think that since Bombers come in, there's been steady moves forward every single year. And even though last year was a real bummer in the bubble, we needed that to get rid of Doc to, I think, really kind of bring in this new season, which I think was incredibly successful and fun. All I wanted as a fan was fun games again and to break the curse of the Western Conference Finals. So I got that.
Yes.
Everything else was house money.
I know. And then, but it's just, I mean, it's crazy how these things happen. To have Chris Paul be the one to end the run to go to the NBA Finals for him in his first, it's weird, man.
Let me say this.
Yes.
It's like, I will say, I love the Phoenix fans and everyone there. Lovely. And I feel like every one of these teams that was in the Final Four deserved it and wanted it so bad, but they had an easy run in there, the Suns. I mean, we can't argue that they had a pretty smooth sailing. I mean, every single team they faced was missing their marquee player.
Are you putting an asterisk on their run right now, Paul? Are you that guy? Are you that guy?
I've seen the look. Look, if you're there, you're there, and if I was there, I would be like, who cares about an asterisk? I don't care. Like, I think it's for the non-fans to be judging the asterisk.
Right.
But I'm not that person. I'm just saying, if I was a team like that, I would be psyched. I wouldn't be like, oh, it's not great. If Clippers had a way in where it was 100%, I would take it. I'm just saying, they had a pretty easy run.
Oh, you just went higher register on me right there, Paul. You know, and you got to go higher register. Higher register on the Rich Eisen Show means you don't really believe what you say. You have to go higher register to believe it. But you didn't have the Jazz didn't have Conley for the full time, and Mitchell was kind of hurt towards the end, right? I mean, isn't that what happened
was saying
for
this
you?
whole idea of Mitchell being hurt, but Mitchell was putting up 30-point. Like he put up like 5 30-point games. It's like, I get that he's hurt, but it was not affecting his production on any level. I get that maybe he was missing a little bit of speed, but it wasn't. It wasn't like, oh wow, he's really not a scorer here. And where you lose somebody like Kawhi, that's a big deal.
All right, well, let's put all our cards on the table. Paul Scheer, let's put all our cards on the table right here. Is this you maybe being a little bit, what's the word for it, butthurt in the fact that Chris Paul gave a shout out to Billy Crystal and not you when he had the...
I saw this shout out, and by the way, Billy Crystal should be getting that shout out.
Okay.
Although I did not see him at a single playoff game this entire run. So
right, he was there that night.
He was there that night.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was saying hello to him. Yeah, he went to.
All right, I was looking out for him a lot, but no, he should definitely get. Look, yes. Billy Crystal is bow down to him. He was there through all of it, 100%.
Yeah, he and Lou Gossett Jr. were leaving the light on in the late '80s, and in the sports arena and stuff like that. So
they cleared the path for us.
Did you go to any of the games in Phoenix? Did you go to the games in Phoenix?
Yes. Oh, I went to Game 2 in Phoenix. I was there. I was at a perfect vantage point for that insane final shot.
The Valley Oop. You were there
from the.
Oh my!
I traveled. I bought tickets for Game 7 in Phoenix, knowing that was probably a reach, but I was gonna, if we were gonna go to a Game 7, I was gonna do it, and I've already said we, which is something I also hate. So
but
flogging myself for that.
So, Paul Scheer here on the Rich Eisen Show. Let's get into this then. Where are you from originally? Are you a Los Angeles guy, or where are you from?
No, I'm a New York guy.
Okay.
And I grew up with being like a Knicks, Yankees, Rangers, and Jets fan. That was my kind of my calling card.
So when you moved to Los Angeles, you were that Knicks fan who said, "There's no chance on this green earth I'll become a Laker fan. I'm choosing the Clippers." Is that your?
Rich, you got to talk about it like this. Like I was in a lot of hurt. I mean, Knicks and Jets. It was not fun. So when I came to LA, I was like, I'm gonna have kids. I'm gonna have a family. I'd love to bring them to games. I want them to have a team that they can root for and they can see.
Yes.
I don't want to have my kids being like these, these fans of like the Knicks who come like twice a year to play an afternoon game. And so, it felt too bandwagon to me to jump onto the Lakers. Also, if I'm being very honest, it was too expensive. It was very good. The Clippers tickets, you could go. You could bring a couple of people.
Right.
You could almost bring a family of 10 for $40 at a certain point.
You mean Olo Candy wasn't putting fannies in the seats? Is that what you're saying to me, Paul Scheer?
I think honestly, you could, really, they would give you money to sit on the sideline.
Please come. We beg you to please come. No, I remember seeing some of those games in the old sports arena. And then they, of course, did move to Staples, and it did get a little bit, different. I just don't understand the Laker fan hate that was palpable in this town. Watching the Clippers go on their run. That was, to me, unnecessary. It really was, I
don't know. I mean, you probably have a better vantage point of where that rivalry comes from. And I've talked to so many people about it because I have a lot of Laker fan friends and that are not like that. But it's like, well, you started it first. The Clippers started it first. It's like, well, why? And it's like, well, because during Lob City, you were making fun of the Lakers and we weren't good and you didn't respect us. And then that's one story. And then another story is like, well, those billboards. And it's like, okay, so there's a lot of like it just doesn't, I think it really just comes down to at a certain point, the Clippers became they just stopped sucking. I mean, really, that seems to be the root of it. It's on some level, there was a little bit of competition. It will never usurp the 17 championships and the legacy. I mean, I think the Lakers are synonymous with like sports, like them and the Dallas Cowboys. You're never going to take them down, but it was a pretty intense thing, like going to the stadium, watching people in Lakers jerseys ready to boo if the Clippers lost. It was like just watching an executioner and be like, do I get out of this alive or not? And then if we won, they would walk off, and it was like, okay, got out of that. But there were some tougher nights leaving there.
Paul Scheer here on the Rich Eisen Show. Let's talk some Black Monday on Showtime, 10 Eastern Time. What is it? I mean, what is it like playing somebody who has an incredible time in the 1980s? You must be.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. There's no keto. Everyone's doing cocaine. We can watch whatever we want to watch. This show has been great to kind of live through the 80s. I didn't get a chance to experience like being an adult in the 80s, and now we're going into the 90s. And man, it was a wild, a way more fun time. I mean, denim on top, denim on bottom. I mean, we were doing Jay Leno before Jay Leno back then.
Oh my gosh, it just seems like one of those shows where everyone seems to just have a rip-roaring time, that you get a script and you're like, I'm going to dig into this like with a knife and fork and just chew it up, It's
the best. Well, it's co-created by the guy, David Casp, who created Happy Endings, who I know a lot of people love Happy Endings. And it's got this cast that's incredibly stellar from, Don Cheadle, who is just, the god. He's got it all going on. He can do comedy, drama, whatever. And you got Andrew Rannells and Regina Hall and Casey Wilson and myself. Plus you have all these great people like Ken Marino popping in. It's a stacked cast of the worst people in the world. And every season gets a little bit, more intense and weird. This season it's a whole murder mystery, and we're very much involved in the televangelism world and the world of fashion. So it's been fun.
And Ken Marino, by the way, greatest karaoke singer I've ever seen in person in my entire life.
His Macy Gray will knock your socks off.
It's true.
Google Ken Marino, Macy Gray after you're done watching the show today, and you'll be blown away.
And having been at a karaoke affair with Ken Marino, if you have one of those old karaoke machines, there is, I forget what song it is now that I'm bringing it up, but he is one of his first gigs in the profession was, I guess, to dress up as a cowboy. And, sometimes they, in the musical interlude moments on old karaoke machines, they'll have a photograph on the screen. One of them is Ken Marino. And he's like, by the way, I'm in this karaoke song. We're like, what the hell are you talking about? And he points it out. The whole room went insane. Like that happened.
Mean, Ken Marino is full of hidden treasures. For me, I'm a big Disney fan. And when you go on the Aerosmith rock and roll roller coaster, he is the sound engineer in the pre-show for that. So when you are getting ready to get on that roller coaster, there's Ken Marino mixing at the boards with the entire group of Aerosmith and Ileana Douglas.
Now, I'm also going to ask a somewhat personal question here, Paul, but it involves me. So
sure, I'd love it.
So because you can't help but notice your character in Black Monday has hair, and I don't know, how long have you been married, Paul? How long have
I've
you
been married? I'm like in my relationship with my wife for 15 years.
Okay.
I think I'm married for 10 or 11.
Okay, I've been in a relationship with. I've known my wife since the mid '90s, like 96, 97. We met at ESPN, so I've known her a long time. I would be genuinely concerned taking a job in which I put on hair because I just wouldn't want my wife to look at the screen and give me the, you know.
She hates it. My wife hates it.
No, she hates. Okay, now let's get in. She doesn't like it.
Here's the thing. You are a good-looking bald man, and don't let anyone ever tell you differently.
God bless you, Paul.
Some people can wear it, and some people can't.
Right.
I think you can.
Okay.
Very well.
Thank you.
And I'll tell you this. This is how I know my wife is being serious. Because, and this is some Hollywood whatever, but her person on Grace and Frankie who does hair, very well, established, great person, very, very smart, has an in with a person who could do, like, if I wanted hair, I could go to his guy and I could get hair. I'm like, I'm impossible to get hair because I'm too bald. I'm too far gone. Like, not anymore.
Right.
New technology, things are happening.
Right.
And I said to my wife, and I was like, would you ever want that? And she was like, never, absolutely not. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I've talked to a few people about it. And not that I wanted to do it, but people are like, that's you. You got to embrace you. So I feel like I like wearing the hair for characters and stuff like that, but it's not me.
So when the hair comes off after a long day of shooting Black Monday, you're like relieved, right? Because I got to be honest with you, there when I shot, I did our show open for the Super Bowl a couple years ago in Miami. I got into a wig because we did a CSI Miami spoof, and I did the whole David Caruso thing. Yeah. And Susie, my wife, saw it, and I got the like that. I got that. No, and that's why I was kind of asking you about it. Like, And I did at one point look at the, me with the wig, and it looked really real. And I thought to myself, I even gave myself that. So God bless you, Paul. God bless you.
I get a moment. I get that. When you glance at yourself in the mirror, you're like, oh, it looks a little bit different. But here's the other thing I'm going to say about, and I could talk about bald all the time.
Okay, good.
But I'll tell you, but I'll tell you this much. When you are bald and you have been bald for a while,
yes,
you don't age. Right? And most people with hair age a little bit different. Like, so you will stay you might have aged quicker, but you won't age but you'll stay at this spot. Bald doesn't get, like, Larry David looks the same age his whole life.
Right.
Like, so it's like, so I feel like the hair is a tricky thing. So we get it on the other side. We may have gotten there and gotten a little bit older quicker, but there we go.
So it's literally and figuratively a back end deal, Paul, is what you're saying.
That is it. I mean, I'm going to say, I feel like, I feel like I've looked roughly the same for at least 20 years.
You looked 50 when you were 12, pretty much.
Exactly. And by the way, it wasn't a good look when I was 20 years old, but now I'm accustomed to it. Now I feel good about it.
And your wife says, keep it. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at you. Look at us, is what I'm saying. Look at the brotherhood. Paul Scheer, part of the brotherhood. He's not going to turn his back on us like Deion or Brian Urlacher.
Yes.
Like all of a sudden you thought you knew somebody and then you don't anymore.
Jason Alexander with his hair system. The bit I did on Curb with Larry was like, I was his nemesis in one thing, and one of the things that was the most upsetting to him is that I was a bald man, like a bald man being a nemesis to another bald man. He felt like that really crossed the line.
You got to stick together. You got to stick together. Oh my gosh. Well, Paul, thanks for the time, man. Let's do this again.
I appreciate it.
We're fully vaxxed. You want to come in and hang with us? Let's go do it. Let's do it, man.
It would be a blast.
We'll do it
All right,
we'll do it.
I'll talk to you
Thanks,
soon.
bud. You got it. That's Paul Scheer. New episodes of Black Monday airing Sunday on Showtime at 10 Eastern Time. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.